Shalom, 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 and welcome to Just a Word as we come once again for another week's teaching. And this week, mic check 1, 2. Yeah, this week we are looking at the absolute importance of mysteries. And yeah, the importance of mysteries. And this is something that has been, I don't want to say hidden, something that we are not aware of. And it is something that is absolutely important. How many times have you heard us doing teachings that said it's absolutely important, but we don't know it? And the reason for this is religion, false religion. False religion that has directed us in a way, in a direction. And then when we come and we realize that the religion is false, we try to pick at the direction. Instead of removing the religion totally out of our way, we pick, and still leave remnants of that religion with us. We have to get rid of it because it is directing us. We're going to show you today how the heritage that we receive from these religions, specifically Christianity, how this heritage has led us in on the way to damnation, and we do not know it. Now, when we start to speak about mysteries, some people got nervous. Some people, I just believe some people stopped listening to us, etc. Why? Because of the same principle of trying to make sure it is close enough to Christianity that we have learned as possible. But when you do that, it's like you are on a suicide mission, because mysteries, without mysteries, there is no salvation. Without knowledge of the mysteries, there is no salvation. We're going to show you. We are going to show you. Okay? So just follow us today. We are here. I am here with our brother Etakan, who will be assisting as usual. So let me begin with the introduction, the meaning of mystery, to let you know what we are speaking about. It comes from the Greek mysterion, which means to shut the mouth. A secret or mystery, to the idea of silence imposed by initiation into religious rites. But this mystery that we're talking about has nothing to do with initiation. And if we look at the dictionary meaning, it gives us more understanding of what we are speaking about. It says something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Difficult or impossible to understand or explain. That is the mystery that we're talking about. And when we come to religion, they give us ABC. We're going to look at the ABCs that we got and how the ABCs prevented us from our salvation. I know when you came, like Hanok, when you came here and we started telling you some things, a whole lot of things, you didn't know them, right? Did not know them. Why? We were hidden. And we were in religion thinking we were good because we got Jesus. We're going to look at that. So it's important to prove all things. 1 Thessalonians 5:21, you don't have to go there. Go Romans 10:2 in the meantime. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things. It didn't say prove some things. It says prove all things. You should go in the sun. The sun is coming up. It says prove all things. Prove everything. Hold fast that which is good. Hold fast means you hold on tight to that which is good. So you prove first, and what you get that is good, you hold on to it. This is something that I absolutely believe in. This is how you prove truth. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. And in Romans 10 verse 2, and this is a principle that we do not go off, because this is in the Bible. Yet which Christian pastor will tell you this? How many Christian pastors are going to tell you to prove all things? No. The principle of Christianity is that They send the people to theology school. Then when they come out, they teach the people that which they tell them to teach the people. And you are not encouraged to seek otherwise. Otherwise, you are looked on as a rebel, as someone who is a troublemaker. All right? But it says, prove everything and hold fast that which is good. Now, Romans 10 verse 2 tells us about us having a zeal, but not according to knowledge. And this is what happened to us when when I was in false religion. I was zealous. But my zeal was wrong because I was following a false way in my zeal. Romans 10:2.
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of allure, but not according to knowledge.
Not according to knowledge. Knowledge is very important. And the word zeal there is epignosis, which means recognition. That is by implication, full discernment. So if we have a zeal, the zeal must come with full discernment. Discernment is understanding. How can you discern if you are misled? How can you discern if you are deceived? How can you discern if you are following a false way? How can you discern if you do not understand? How can you understand the Yahuwah if you don't know his mysteries? We're going to look at that question as well. So we have to know for our zeal to be placed in the right place. Right? Now, one of my favorite verses back again. Eternal life is getting to know Yahuwah and Yahusha. And I'm going to give you a secret. Both of them are mysteries. Eternal life is getting to know Yahuwah and Yahusha. John 17, verse 3.
And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true allure, and Yahusha HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent. So
eternal life is in knowing Yahuwah. Now we're going to look at you and show that Yahuwah is a mystery. How can you know the mystery unless you know mysteries? How can you know? Because people today will tell you that they worship God. The Christians worship God. Even Hebrew Israelites worship God. They still call him God. The Judaism worships God. They put G-D. Islam worship God. Even the idolaters call their idols God. Yes? That God is not a mystery. The mystery is in the true creator of the heavens and the earth. This is the mystery that you have to know. This is the mystery that you have to understand. The importance of the knowledge of the Father and the Son is that this is eternal life. That they might know thee, the only true Allua, one Allua, not God, who is from Islam, Judaism, Christianity. The one true Allua, and Yahusha HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent, not JC, who is the false Messiah. All right? Now, our obedience and spiritual power comes from having a knowledge of Yahuwah. Our obedience and spiritual power comes from having a knowledge of Allua. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 3.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Allua, to the pulling down of strongholds. So our weapons are not carnal, they are spiritual. And that's where the power comes from. But to have this power, we must have the knowledge of Yahuwah. Go to verse 5. Casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Allua.
Stop there. Casting down imaginations, every thought that exalts itself against the knowledge of Allua. So when somebody comes and says, no, don't, those mysteries, those things, don't ever look into those things. This is exalting itself against the knowledge of Yahuwah. We must search out the knowledge of Yahuwah to be able to overcome strongholds. You see how important it is? Read 10:5 again.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of YAHUAH, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach,
And 6.
and having in a readiness to avenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
So look at the connection now. Without the knowledge of Yahuwah, we cannot be in obedience. Because before, when things exalted against the knowledge of Yahuwah, we were in disobedience. But now we cast down the imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahuwah. Then, verse 6, we can revenge all disobedience when our obedience is fulfilled. We can now obey so that we can walk in righteousness before Yahuwah. You see, these things are hidden in these verses, but boy, they are hidden in them. So, knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge is a very strange thing and very, what should I say? You have to know how you deal with knowledge, because not all knowledge is good. Now, when we are handling the scriptures, we get scriptures from different places and different people come with scriptures, etc. When it comes to certain things in the Bible, for example, and we're trying to prove them, the Bible is so limited in that it is just a part of the puzzle that was given. But religion has convinced us that we must only look on certain books that certain people give us to read. So, Christianity, for example, because it is the biggest culprit for us. Christianity, for example, Christian pastors, they write their own books and they sell their books. The other day we went into the bookstore and I saw this by Joyce Meyer, this by that. And I saw several books by, what's the other one name? All of these Christian pastors, false pastors, have lots of books. So we are to read their books, but we are not to read the books of old. So they tell us the books of old that they are false, they are wrong, they are this, they are that, we must not read them. You see the funny thing about it? But yet still, when T.D. Jakes writes his book, we must read it. Hey. So, there are many scriptures available today. Some of them you can find them on justaword.org. Now, we caution people with these books that there are people who translate them and they input their own ideas and their own words. We're going to show you how we can evaluate the words. And it's very simple. It must not go against the word of Yahuwah in his scriptures. Must not. That's how you evaluate it. But the word says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So, when you, for example, you cannot solve a problem, because before the end there, we're going to do a sample. We're going to do the virgin birth. Because someone asked me about virgin birth, and I've had a couple of people ask me about the virgin birth. We're going to do the virgin birth in the end as a sample to show how these books and what these books say about it and help us to solve it. But we are limited to explaining certain things in the scriptures because they are in other books that we reject. The calendar, for example. You cannot do the calendar without the book of Jubilees and book of Chanukah. But yet still they reject these books. So how are you going to get the calendar? And for that, mankind goes into all sorts of things to try to get the calendar going. You cannot do it without those books because those books were given by the Most High. The book of Enoch is the only comprehensive book scripture that we have in the Hebrew scripture line that gives us a look at the calendar, for example. So the point being that we have to look at other books. So you will find that most of these books, some mysterious books and some books that most people don't hear about, are held by the Gnostics. The Gnostics. Now, Gnosticism has been vilified, and, you can understand why it is vilified. Because some of Gnosticism strays away from the Most High and moves into all different things. But there's good and there's bad. And we were told to prove things precept upon precept. We're going to go as to how we're going to prove things. So Gnosticism, the good and the bad. Because some of these books will be Gnostics book. And you'll hear people, because I remember somebody came to me when we put out our last teaching, and we started with Pistis Sophia, and somebody, the first thing somebody put on me, just put a long line of things about Gnosticism. Gnosticism. Did not watch the teaching, but was concerned about Gnosticism. So let me explain it. Yes? Different people will collect different books and have different books and even write different books. The Most High gives everybody inspiration. When we have the Bible and it is translated, it was translated by people who were Christians. Now we know Christianity is a false religion. What are we going to do? Throw away the Bible and say, no, it was translated by Christians? No. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Yes? Because remember, the Most High gave them this in our captivity. He gave them the books in our captivity, and we were to stay blinded. Blindness in part has happened to Yasharal until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. Now the fullness of the Gentiles is almost at an end. The Most High has awakened these people. Now when He awakens us, we don't have any scriptures. They have them. And He told us in Isaiah 28 how we are going to deal. It says with foreign lips, let me just do the translation. Foreign lips and a strange language will I really speak to these people. And He says, how will we get knowledge? Precept must be upon precept. So He gives us a puzzle in the end, and we have to use the precepts to solve the puzzle. But people act as if the Most High gives us everything, and we are just to open up suddenly, and everything is to be perfect. Everything is not perfect because we erred against the Most High. So He gave us, because He said in Jeremiah 29:13, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So now that we awaken, we have to now search with all our hearts. And so we have to go for clues here and clues there and pick here and pick there and see what we can get. Gnosticism. The bad. Let me deal with the bad first. Gnosticism comes from the Greek word gnosis, which means to know. Nothing wrong with knowing, right? There's nothing wrong with knowing. Gnostics claim to possess a higher knowledge, not from the Bible, but acquired on some mystical higher plane of existence. Fair enough. Gnostics see themselves as a privileged class elevated above everybody else by their higher, deeper knowledge of the Most High. All right, so knowledge puffs up, as Shaul says. But they claim to have higher knowledge. So we have to prove all things in seeking out the Most High. Now, the problem with Gnosticism is that it goes into all sorts of thinking, sometimes led by man. All different sorts of thinking. Sometimes you look on what they're thinking, boy. It is sad. So it can tempt us into all sorts of beliefs. So if you are going and seeking on your own, good luck with that, as SpongeBob says. If you do not have a solid foundation in the scriptures, don't venture there. That's why the Most High will give you idiots like us here, who will help you, to guide you, so that you are not swept away by the different beliefs. But they have the knowledge. People even think that they are gods, are more exalted than they should think. People saying that they are gods because they go into aeons and all sorts of things. Remember, some Gnostics believe that the way to salvation is knowing, is knowledge. Knowing alone does not save us. It is still abiding in Yahusha, obeying the Most High's commandments through Yahusha that saves us. All right? Remember, knowledge puffs up, but love edifies. So let's look at the good of Gnosticism. The good. It gives us deeper knowledge than we are able to receive from the books that we already have. Because I believe that knowledge was given to us, but it was taken and polluted, just like the scriptures. Remember, in the scriptures, even when we're dealing with the virgin birth, we had a teaching entitled, Is the Bible the Inerrant Word of the Most High? When we showed you the work of correctors, who, when in translating the Bible, they had people who they employed to make corrections in the Bible so as to post that which they believe to be true. So the Bible has been changed in order to put out their thinking. Now, Gnosticism also gives answers to mysteries that are not found elsewhere. So that is the good. Remember, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So if it has answers to mysteries that are not found elsewhere, why not hold on to it? Now, the Most High told us that in the end, knowledge will increase. So, in the end, we were given books. And he said to Daniel, shut up the books until the time of the end. In the end, we were given other books in order for us to get the knowledge that we need for salvation. Mm-hmm. Now, for me personally, the Most High had sent someone to me years ago telling me to study the ages. That's the aeons. Study the ages. And I never understood what it meant. And I did not take the time to study the ages. It was just in the back of my mind, lingering, what does it mean? Now, the Most High, I know and I understand now. When he gives an instruction, he expects you to go out and figure it out, not to sit and wait on it to happen. And so the Most High expressed his displeasure with me when I tried to avoid it. And this has come in the past month, 2 months, month and a half. The Most High showed his displeasure in so many ways because I did not go into the mysteries. I keep saying it, and it is not a guess and spell. And when I went and when I go into the mysteries, I see the difference. So, Gnosticism, we are not Gnostics. We are still followers of the way. But we are believers who seek out the truth, the path, the way to Yahusha HaMashiach, to Yahuwah, to Yahusha HaMashiach. So the solution is that we prove all things by using precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Nothing that we get must go against the scriptures. And Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. If it is not according to the law and the testimony, we do not accept it. So we just want to give people the underline, because people might see us going into this and be like scared and afraid. No, we believe that we are here to guide, and we must guide in the way of Yahuwah. Okay? So the importance of a strong scriptural foundation. 2 Timothy 3:13. So we cannot approach the mysteries without a strong spiritual, scriptural foundation. That is why people err. That is why people get carried away. All right? Go ahead.
But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived.
Deception is going to wax worse and worse in the end times. Therefore, all right, because some people listening to this might be going to deceive us. Let's see how it goes. Continue.
But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of,
knowing of whom thou hast learned them. You have to know who you have learning these things from. You have to know who you are learning them from. Because if people who you are learning them from are not responsible, you can get carried away. All right? Huh? Exactly. The person must be under the guidance of a Mashiach. Not only that, the person must not be self-serving. He must not be someone who is easily carried away and someone who just see what. There's so many things to it. So many things to it. You have some people who want to establish a doctrine in order to be different. That's another thing. To have a name, and then they go off and they'll start teaching this, and they start saying that they have the truth and nobody else has the truth. All right? You have to know who you learn it from. Verse 15.
And that from a child thou hast known the Kadosh scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation, through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahusha.
Whoa, there we go. It is the scriptures that are able to make us wise. So the scriptures has to be the backbone of that which we are doing. Verse 16.
All scripture is given by inspiration of YAHUAH, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of YAHUAH may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
So the scriptures are able to guide us to perfection. And some people will tell you it's the scriptures alone. No, we're going to show you, you must know the mysteries. The Bible is riddled with talk about the mysteries, and we won't even go into them. The mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of YAHUAH, the mystery of Hamashiach. But YAHUAH is a mystery. What we're going to do today, we're going to take excerpts from different books. Pistis Sophia, page 39, chapter 1. Just a little verse, I'll read it. To show you that YAHUAH is a mystery, in Pistis Sophia, he's referred to as the first mystery. The first mystery. And Yahusha said to his disciples, I am come forth out of that first mystery. There we go. Yahusha is YAHUAH. Eh? Yahusha is YAHUAH. He said, I am come forth out of that first mystery. Come forth out of the Father. I am come forth out of that first mystery, which is the last mystery, that is the 4th and 20th mystery. Mystery! YAHUAH is a mystery. John 17:3 says, and this is life eternal, that they may know thee, the only true YAHUAH. So if the only true YAHUAH is a mystery that comes out of the first mystery, which is the last mystery, which is the 4th and 20th mystery, how can you understand him without understanding mysteries? Go to Isaiah 45:15. Even in the Bible. So what we do when we put these things, we're going to put the Bible beside it to prove them. Isaiah 45:15 tells you what we just said. Read it.
Verily, thou art a YAHUAH that hidest thyself, O YAHUAH of Yasharal, the Savior.
You see? YAHUAH hides himself. He's a mystery. He's not there playing on everything. And you will talk, oh, you got to know God. Yeah, everybody can know God because God is a being. He is whomever you want him to be. That is why you can have 40,000 denominations worshiping God. Because he is whomever we conceive him to be. But YAHUAH hides himself. You have to get to know YAHUAH. Jeremiah 29:13, and we said it before. We must search for him with all our hearts. Because he hides himself and because he's a mystery, we must search for him with all our hearts. Read it, please.
And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart.
With all your heart. That's how you find YAHUAH. Not half-heartedly. Seek him with all your heart. And that is why it comes right back to where we began. We have to prove all things. Is it? Everything's come right back. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. Revelation 22:14. Now we here have to be careful. I have to be careful because we are leading people. And if we tell people lies, we cannot enter the kingdom. Is it? No, my whole heart, mind, and soul is on entering Zion. If I tell you a lie, if I love a lie, I cannot enter the kingdom. Read Revelation 22:14, please.
Kadosh are they, Barak are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters,
And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. See it?
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I'm very careful when I'm teaching. That is why sometimes it look like I be behind with everything, because I have to make sure that I'm not making a lie and I'm not loving a lie. So this is the foundation on which we do our teachings, and this is no different. When we are going into these mysteries, we cannot tell you a lie, or else we will be in trouble of not making it to the kingdom. So we must prove the truth so we can understand the mysteries of YAHUAH without deception, without telling lies. Romans 12:2. We must prove the truth so we can understand the mysteries of YAHUAH.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of YAHUAH.
So this is why you need to know the mysteries. You have to renew your mind. Now, this renew your mind here is significant in that many of us came, and you will hear me speak about it. You will hear me speak about how we come into the way, and we treat the word as if we are in school. The same principles we learn from high school, college, we come and we apply the same principles here. Our mind have to be transformed and renewed into a spiritual mind, not a carnal mind. And it is the mysteries that transforms our minds to be spiritual. We are thinking now about things that are hard to prove and hard to understand. When you are in the natural realm, you have the scriptures and they say this and say, okay, the scripture says what it says. This is what a lot of people like to say. Oh, the scripture says what it says. Why are you trying to complicate it? No. It is not only, it is deeper than that. If I'm going to look only at what the scripture says, and don't get me wrong, what we are saying is not that we are going to say anything different, but that there is a hidden wisdom behind the scriptures that we are not seeing and we cannot see on the front. So the mysteries help us to see behind the scriptures, because since we have been looking into these mysteries, for example, the book, The Pistis Sophia, man, that has opened up in a whole different realm of understanding right now. The Bible. Hey. When you're reading it, you say, oh, that is why this, and oh, that is why this, oh, that's why it says this, oh, that's why. It's for connection. That's how just connecting. Just like that. All right? Huh?
Second Esdras, knowledge being hidden until the end.
Oh, where's that? Second is just what again? Somebody find it in the meantime. Yeah. All right, so we must prove all things. 1 John 4:1. These are the instructions we're giving you to make sure that you are not deceived. Because the problem with many people is that they will watch us and then they will go. They say, hey, he's talking about this. And then they go to someone else who is talking about it. You can easily be swept away. Easily be swept away. 1 John 4:1.
Beloved, Believe not every spirit, but try the spirit whether they are of YAHUAH, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
That's the principle. Try the Ruach. Do not just go and believe every one. And 1 John 4, 2 and 3 goes on to tell you about the spirit of anti-Messiah that will deceive us. Okay? All right. So Yahuwah is a mystery, but Yahusha is also a mystery. Remember, we are destroyed for lack of knowledge. But Shaul described Hamashiach as the depositor of knowledge and wisdom, where all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are in Yahusha. So all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge, that means all the mysteries are in him. Hosea 4:6, read it please.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy YAHUAH, I will also forget thy children.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge. You have rejected knowledge and said you don't want to hear anything from these people because such and such. I will also reject thee. And the rejection of knowledge is directly tied to the Torah, to the law. Because the law is where the Most High's knowledge actually is. Hamashiach is the living manifestation of the Torah. So all the depository of knowledge is with him. Colossians 2:2. All the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are hid in Hamashiach.
That their hearts might be comforted, being knit together in love, and unto all riches of the fullness of the full assurance of understanding, to the knowledge, to the acknowledgement of the mystery of YAHUAH, and of the Father, and of Hamashiach.
The mystery of YAHUAH and of the Father and of Hamashiach. So those mysteries, we have to figure them out. Colossians 2:3.
In whom are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge.
So if all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are hid in Hamashiach, that means we have to find those wisdom and that knowledge. Because my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. He didn't say my people are destroyed because they do not know anything. It says lack. That means you might have some form of knowledge. But you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Lack.
Mm-hmm.
Lack. That lack does not necessarily mean it's totally you're totally dumb. Huh? Anyway, here's a point. The immortal soul will dwell in mysteries like the Father and the Son. Our souls have to be bound up in the two mysteries that we just saw, the Father and the Son. Our soul has to be bound up in them. And if they are mysteries, how can we get to be entwined and one with them unless we know mysteries? John 17, verse 20.
Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me.
So we have to be one in the two mysteries. How can we be one if we don't know the mysteries? Continue verse 22.
And the splendor which thou gavest me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one.
Continue.
I in them, and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and hast loved them as thou hast loved me.
So this is the only way we can be perfected. It is when we are in one with the two mysteries, the mystery of the Father and the mystery of the Son. Now, I have something here from the Apocalypse of Peter. We're going to see some of these mysteries. Take excerpts from these mysterious books that they don't want us to read. And when you read these books, man, oh man, it's so deep sometimes. You wonder, where did these men get these things from? This is from the Apocalypse of Peter, 7:3, page 391 of the book called the Nag Hammadi Library. The immortal soul will dwell in mysteries. But that immortal soul, which comes to be in the eternal one, is in the one of the life and the immortality of the life which they resemble. Now that is speaking about the immortal soul, which comes to be in the eternal one, who is Yahuwah, is in the one of the life, which is Yahusha HaMashiach, and the immortality of the life, which they resemble. That means they are like HaMashiach. Being like HaMashiach makes us resemble the immortality of the life which is in Yahuwah and Yahusha. Therefore, all that which exists will not dissolve into... Therefore, all that which exists not, will dissolve into what exists not. Therefore, if we are not dwelling in Yahuwah and Yahusha, if we do not resemble them, then we will be dissolved. We will be rejected. For deaf and blind ones join only with their own kind. Deaf and blind. What is deaf and blind? You don't want to hear and you don't want to see. Oh man, low battery. You don't want to hear and you don't want to see. The big charger and one of the USB chargers. No, but it can't charge. Oh, what do I do? All right, let me see if I can. I'm gonna have to try to switch the radio here. I'm gonna have to try to see if those on the radio will probably have to drop off because we're having problems. Let me see if we can get what stage did it stop? There's recording. $43 minutes. All right, sorry about that. I only hope I don't forget everything. All right, let me try. Oh boy. No input device, that won't work. Hey, so the people on this, you know, there's a bag. White charger. Man. Yeah, there's a little iPad, little white charger in one of the plastic bags. Let's see if you see it in one of the plastic bags, please. I probably can use it. All right. All right, let me get back. So, we were saying that the deaf and the blind ones join only with their kind, with their own kind. So they are going to be rejected because they don't want to hear the mysteries and they don't want to see. And we're going to show you in the book of Matthew where it is saying exactly this. But it says, but others shall change from evil words and misleading mysteries, So some people will listen, and these people can become one with the Father and the Son, those who listen. And we begin giving the similitude in John 15:4 to 5. John 15:4 to 5. Read it in the meantime, please.
Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abideth in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing.
All right. So if it's in the big bag with the plugs, I think it's down the bottom. You put it back down there? Oh. The bags with the cables. All right, sorry about that. So, abide in me and I in you. So we have to abide in Yahusha HaMashiach. Except if we don't abide in him, it says we can do nothing. Now, the second part of this here, some who do not understand the mystery, we're going to look at that. So we will leave that for now. So, yes, this is what we're going to say. We're going to show the match in the book of Matthew. In the Gospel of Thomas, which is one of those books, rejected books, Yahusha said, yes, thank you. So we need a USB cable now. Yahusha said, it is to those who are worthy of my mysteries. Yeah, USB, the big one. The big USB.
Two side part.
I think the big one to go in here. Yeah, but I don't even know if I have anything like that. No.
Give me a moment.
Oh, yes. No, you can have the small and the big. Yeah. Can.
Because
Yeah.
laptop have this type of use.
Are we good? It's not. Work your turn. Hey. Won't work. All right. Let me check. Oh, boy. It's going to be having all the background. Yeah, you can't do anything any better. No, it won't work. This can charge. The charging is not the problem. It's to get it to get this thing through. All right. I'll leave it on. All right. Yeah, so the Gospel of Thomas says, Yahusha said, it is to those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. It is those who are worthy of my mysteries that I tell my mysteries. Then he says, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. In other words, these are things you don't tell everybody. When he gives you his mysteries, that is why some things that we have been given, we have to hold it. You can't give everything. And this is Matthew 13:10 to 17 that we have read so often. So when we see those things, we have to go back to the Bible so that those people who are skeptics can rest assured. That some people only trust in the Bible. Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
There we go. The dumb, deaf, and blind. So the Most High says he speaks to them in parables. Verse 11. Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Shamayim. That is why he speaks to us in mysteries. So if you cannot understand the mysteries, how can you understand Yahusha? If you cannot understand Yahusha, how can you follow him? How? It is impossible. If you cannot follow him, how can you be one with him? If you are not one with him, how can you be one with the Father? You see the importance of the mysteries. To you it is given to know the mysteries, but to them it is not given. Now look at it very carefully in verse 12. For whosoever hath, who has, man, they're not on the radio. All right, yes, we're on. Those who have, to him shall be given. So if you have a little knowledge of the mysteries, he will give you more. Whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. So if you don't have the understanding, eh? Mix? Which mix? No, it's, me need for, I'm trying to figure out how, because I can't think straight to calculate it. But I'd have to stream from here to there. Number 5. Number 5. I couldn't do it now. We got to throw off everything. All right. So if you're on the radio and you hear it cut off, we are going to broadcast it live on YouTube, hopefully later or tomorrow. But yeah. So whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Look at it. The Most High gives us parables for us to figure it out. Those who can figure it out are going to get more. Those who cannot figure it out are going to be left behind. It's very simple. The way of Yahuwah is like the school system. The school system, we are at university level. That's where we should be now, university level. That is when you handle the higher and deeper mysteries. If you remain at the school level, you are going to be left behind. Verse 14, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, not that one. 15, for this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. You see it? When you say you don't want to hear. It just came up back. It's tripping in and out because of the bad signal. Just have to put it one time on the YouTube. Those who are on the Zoom are okay. So they have closed their eyes, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. In other words, without knowing the mysteries, you cannot be converted. You see? You cannot be converted unless you know the mysteries. But the disciples, they had eyes to see and ears to hear, And Hamashiach said that they are Barak. Let me continue here. This mystery thing is bigger than we thought. No wonder the Most High was displeased. So, the hidden wisdom. Yahuwah hides his wisdom in mysteries. And we know that without wisdom, we cannot enter the kingdom. The dumb people cannot enter the wisdom. Wisdom crieth out to us to hear her. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 6. The hidden wisdom of Yahuwah.
Howbeit,
Hold it please. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 6. Go ahead.
howbeit, we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
Them that are who?
Perfect.
Continue.
Yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Yahuwah in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which Yahuwah ordained before the world unto our splendor.
Look at those two verses carefully, please. We speak wisdom among them that are
perfect.
Yahusha says, be ye therefore what?
Perfect.
So those who are perfect are those who know the wisdom of Yahuwah and receive the mystery. He says he speaks wisdom among them that are perfect. So if you are perfect, you must be able to understand the mysteries. Yes. Now, this is going to show us why the Most High does it. Read verse 8 and we'll see why the Most High does it.
Which none of the princes of this world knew. For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Master of splendor.
Spiritual things are for spiritual people. If those who are not to get the mysteries understand it, they are going to know the Most High's business. And put their wickedness, involve their wickedness into the Most High's business. So he wants you to know, but he does not want you to know. He speaks it in a mystery, so those who are to know will know. And those who are not, cannot take up his word and use it for their own purpose. That is why religion in this world is limited. That is why, for example, pastors are out there teaching. Most of the pastors who are the major pastors in this world are the ABC pastors. They are like what you call them motivational speakers. These are the people who succeed. They do not know the mysteries of Yahuwah. They do not. They will go and they'll tell you about faith, and they'll tell you about sow a seed, and they'll tell you about some ABC stuff. But the deeper things of Yahuwah, they do not know it. Because the Most High speaks in a mystery so that they cannot understand. Continue. Verse 9.
But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the hearts of man the things which Yahuwah hath prepared for them that love him.
You see it? So those who study the mysteries are those who love Yahuwah. And it makes all the sense. Because if you love Yahuwah, you're going to seek him with all your heart. You're going to search him out. You're going to be so interested in Yahuwah because you love him and dive in him. But if you don't love him, if you are vain, you're not going to have any time for that. Continue.
But as it is written,
No,
but Yahuwah hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of Yahuwah.
So it's the Ruach that's going to deliver the mysteries to us. The Ruach is the deliverer of the mysteries. Verse 11.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the Ruach of man which is in him? Even so the things of Yahuwah
Knoweth no man,
but the Ruach of Yahuwah. Now we have received not the Ruach of the world, but the Ruach which is of Yahuwah,
that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahuwah. That's how you know and you receive the mysteries through his Ruach, and its intent is that you know the things that are freely given to us of Yahuwah. All praises. Verse 13. 11. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the Ruach of man which is in him? Even so, the things of Yahuwah knoweth no man, but the Ruach of Yahuwah. You mean like when Yamashiach said, no man knows it, the time or the hour? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was also looking at it like when Yamashiach said that he himself did not know unless the Father told him. Yeah. Continue, where are we?
Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which Ruach HaKadosh teacheth,
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual. That's why they are mysteries. They are hard to understand. The natural man cannot understand it. We have to get spiritual in order to understand it. Let me tell you something about this world, and I've said it all the time, that people online, they act as if knowing, they've been to universities, schools, colleges, and they use that to study scriptures. And their study of scriptures, remembering this and matching this, they use that to think that that is where it is. That's just the beginning. It is understanding the mysteries that are only given spiritual by comparing spiritual things with spiritual. That's how we get insights. That's how we get understanding. And sometimes you'll hear some people who compare spiritual things with spiritual will talk, and it will sound foolish unto us because we are not where we are supposed to be. Verse 14.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahuwah, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them,
because they are spiritually discerned. The mysteries are given through the Ruach, spiritually discerned. So if we are giving the mysteries and we are not understanding it, we have to check ourselves. Spiritually discerned. Verse 15.
But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
When we started, what did we say? Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. So he that is spiritual is able to prove all things. Yet he himself is judge of no man. So the spiritual man can prove everything and not get beaten and not get carried away. Verse 16.
For who hath known the mind of Yahuwah, that he may instruct him?
But we have the mind of Hamashiach. So those people who are perfect, who are able to understand the hidden mysteries of Yahuwah, have the mind of Yahusha. It's not that we are rebels, it's not that we are crazy, it's not that we are foolish or misled, it's that we have the mind of Hamashiach. Now, it was told to us that books will be given to the wise and the righteous in the latter days. Book of Chanuk, chapter 104, verse 10. Books will be given to the wise and the righteous in the later days. Chanuk was telling us from way back when that this would happen. Read it, please.
Another mystery also I point out.
It's different from the one on the screen. Let me read it. And now I know this mystery, that many sinners will alter and distort the words of truth and speak evil words and lie and concoct great fabrications and write books in their own words. This is what we have inherited with these scriptures here, with these Bible, etc., everything in their own words. But when they write my words exactly in their languages, and do not alter or omit anything from my words, but write everything exactly, everything that I testified about before, then I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and wise and will be a source of joy and truth and much wisdom. This is the time of the end. When he says, Daniel, shut up the books till the time of the end. This is when the books will be opened. Yeah? Books will be given to the righteous and wise and will be a source of joy and truth and much wisdom. This is what has been happening to us with Pistis Sophia. Mind you, there are many books. I have several of these books. But this one, especially, is the one that we're on now. And it has been one source of much joy and truth and much wisdom to us. And books will be given to them, and they will believe in them and rejoice over them. And all the righteous who have learned from them all the ways of truth will be what? Glad. And that is why we are here. And when we talk about it, so boy, we can't wait to go into the everlasting gospel. And we Pistis Sophia, we love it and all of that. As Michael was saying today, Pistis Sophia, it's beginning to make sense. Ah, yes. Anyway, and in those days, says Yahuwah, they shall call and testify to the sons of the earth about the wisdom in them. That's what's happening now. Come on. Kanuk, were you writing about us? Let me read it again. And in those days, says Yahuwah, they shall call and testify to the sons of the earth about the wisdom in them. Show it to them, for you are their leaders, and the rewards will be over all the earth. For my son and I, look again, for my son and I will join ourselves with them forever in the paths of uprightness during their lives.
So Hanuk is here.
So Kanuk is telling you that he is here right now. My son and I. Who was his son again? Was it? It wasn't Jared. It was Lamech. Methuselah. So Methuselah, that person who lived long, is here. So he's speaking about now, because our teachings been that these people are here now. Hanok is telling us that he's here now, and he's telling you that these books is what's going to bring us joyful and bring us truth and wisdom. So you go ahead and reject the mysteries, is it? You keep rejecting mystery and look at it. Oh, this is not her. Now, another thing. I know most of you, well, some of you, most of you know the book of Acts, when the book of Acts chapter 2, the assembly that was there. There is a call in the end for this assembly to be reinstated. There's a book we have called The Order of the Ancients, or The Way of the Ancients. And this book tells us that those who are teaching in these end times must instruct the people in the mysteries. So if I'm not instructing people in the mysteries, what kind of teacher am I? Chapter 4, Order of the Ancients. Verse 1.
Those who enter into covenant, to hold all things in unity according to the way of Hanuk, and faithfully adhere to the way of the ancients, should be instructed, so that their minds may be open to the vision of eternity, and how the way of the Shamayim can be established and perpetuated here on the earth.
So these books show you exactly how these things can take place. It gives you insight into deep spiritual things that happened in the heavens, etc., to get us an understanding of this. Verse 2.
He who is called to instruct the children of the light in these matters must understand and teach the disciples the true nature of man,
Mm-hmm.
the different influences which form his character, the meaning of his history, and the reason that Elohim at one time blessed him bountifully, and at another time afflicts him with dreadfully.
So these are books. These are in the books of the mysteries. Pistis Sophia, for example, lets us know the true nature of man and different influences which form his character. This gives us insight into these things. Continue.
This is the hidden knowledge, the application of which redeems man from his natural state and ushers him into the Kodesh way of Elohim, where he can be prepared to enter into the presence of Elohim himself and partake of the fruit of eternal life.
You see, again, it's telling you that without the mysteries, you cannot enter into the presence of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible. Now, we have to go to the source of the problem, because I got a dream this week about Christianity and the danger of meddling, having anything at all to do with Christianity. I won't share the dream. But we're going to look in the book of God the Seer and see how it was prophesied about Christianity. What they have done to us. God the Seer, chapter 4, from verses 1 to 7. Let me get it, please. No, it's not 1 to 7. 5 to 7. Start at verse 2. Yeah, start at verse 2.
Sabbath's father was very sick.
No. God the Seer.
Chapter 4.
Chapter. No, the first vision. Chapter 1.
Oh,
Sorry. Verse 2.
thus says Yahuwah, go, be courageous, and stand in the midst of the stream, and cry in a great voice, tarry and hasten, tarry and hasten, tarry and hasten, for there is still a vision for the son of Jesse.
Man, it's getting colder. Sorry. Go on, continue.
And during the cry, face the eastern gate, on the east side of the city, and stretch forth your hands towards heaven. And I did exactly what I had been commanded to do.
Continue.
And it came to pass, when I finished crying out, I opened my eyes and saw a yoke of oxen, led by a donkey and a camel, coming up from the Kidron stream, the donkey on the right side, and the yoke and the camel on the left.
Mm-hmm.
4 mixtures, and a great voice like the roll of thunder was following them, crying with a bitter voice, Seer, seer, seer. These are 4 mixtures that confuse the people of Yahuwah. For the impure and the pure have been mixed, and then impurity took control over purity, a mixture from Seir, Edom, to rule over them, to increase power over and betray a righteous doer, to destroy holiness, to crown wickedness, to set up impure matters in the guise of purity.
All right. So here's what Edom did. Here's what Edom did. In order to rule the world, Edom gave us 4 mixtures. And here's the purpose of the 4 mixtures. Number 1, to increase power over and betray a righteous doer. So their religion is designed to increase the power over this world, and of course they rule the world through this religion, and to betray a righteous doer. So you are righteous and you're seeking righteousness. The aim of Christianity, Edom's religion, is to make sure that you are deceived. The second thing is to destroy holiness. The third one is to crown wickedness. So they crown wickedness because they are the world's religion. And Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So they want to rule the world in wickedness. So they create a religion that will do everything they want to do. The fourth thing is to set up impure matters in the guise of purity. So they give us the religion of impurity with the deception that it is pure. And then we have Catholicism, and then we have all of the different breakaways, right down to Pentecostal, Kojic, all of those that swear that they are right and on the right path, deceived by this mixture, these four mixtures. Now, what these four mixtures do is that they make us believe what they say and make us not seek out mysteries. Christianity is there to keep us from seeking mysteries. It is spiritual Phariseeism. Luke 11 verse 52. It is spiritual Phariseeism taking away the key of knowledge. Luke 11:52, let's look at the way of the Pharisees. We're going to see the same thing with Christianity.
Woe unto you, lawyers, for ye have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered.
So that's what they do. With the four mixtures, it is to hinder whomever is seeking to go in. So let me just look, let us give 10 different aspects of Christianity or doctrines that keeps us from seeking mysteries. The reason we are doing this, we have to make you aware of where you are. We are, because of Christianity, we have a mindset of being very suspicious of anything that doesn't sound like Christian. Even when we have left it, even when we know it is not true. They have so scared us that anything that sounds a little different from what we have, we start to have what is called cognitive dissonance, which is an interior battle inside of us that keeps going on and on and on throughout the years. And we are okay with just releasing a little piece and accepting. Okay, they say his name is not Yahuwah. Okay, I can accept that. Okay, such and such is not such a... Okay, I can accept that. But we still hold on to Christianity. So let me give you 10 different doctrines that dissuade us from seeking mysteries. Once saved, always saved. Eternal security. That means as long as you are saved as a Christian, then you are always saved. What does that do? That makes us just go about thinking we are already in heaven. We are already in heaven. We don't have to do anything. Lazy. Why seek which mysteries? What mysteries? Another thing. All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is believe. Believe in your heart and confess with your mouth, and you are saved. Who needs mysteries? Don't come to me about anything. That is why the average Christian hardly reads the Bible. They are content with going to school, going to church on Sundays or Saturdays. And might read the Bible a little. But they don't really want to hear much about the scriptures. When you talk to them, they don't know anything. Dumb down. Some of them say, Yahusha and nothing. So they say, oh, Yahusha saves you. And then you say, no, but you have to walk in obedience. No! Yahusha and nothing. So which mystery are you going to seek if it's only Yahusha? You just have to say Yahusha. Or Jesus, sorry. Jesus and nothing. Another one of them is law done away with. When you say law done away with, why are you going to be seeking mysteries? Because you're not even going to read the Old Testament. No, but you don't want to hear anything. You just want to know that you're a Christian, and that's it. Another one of them Jesus paid it all. Yahusha, Jesus paid it all. If Jesus paid it all, why do I need to learn mysteries? That is why most people do not, and Christians do not understand the Bible. They do not think they have to, because they have this assurance that they have already reached. Another one is the rapture, pre-tribulation rapture. If I'm going to be raptured away, why do I need to mean mysteries? Mysteries about what? And I know I'm going to be raptured away. We are spiritual Israelites. That's another one. They don't need to seek anything to do with Yahshua, anything to do with anything. Because as a Christian, you become an Israelite. You are ready for the kingdom. 66 books only. If you only focus on 66 books, how are you going to seek out mysteries? How? So when someone comes to you, for example, even with the books of the Apocrypha, you're not going to listen to it. Yeah? You come to them with Pistis Sophia, they're going to laugh at you. I only follow what my pastor says or what my denomination says. So I'm a Pentecostal, so I follow Pentecostalism. Yeah? I remember when I was a Pentecostal and the Jehovah's Witnesses used to stop me. And my word line to them is, I'm Pentecostal. That's it. I'm Pentecostal. So, I don't want to hear anything from you. Those, as we see, Christianity is there to dissuade people from the mysteries. But those who do not understand the mysteries, let's see what happens to them. Apocalypse of Peter, page 391, the Nag Hammadi Library, says, some who do not understand mysteries speak of things which they do not understand. But they will boast that the mystery of the truth is theirs alone. So these are the people now, when the mysteries come, they won't want to hear it. They think that they already have it. And in haughtiness, pride, they shall grasp at pride to envy the immortal soul which has become a pledge. The immortal soul is the soul now that knows the mysteries. And they will reject the immortal soul, thinking that they have the knowledge that is necessary in order to enter the kingdom. All right, so we must say that the mysteries will not benefit everyone. It can be in the Hamashiach, it can be in the Torah. The Torah is the truth, and Yahusha is the truth. Yeah. So, it can be both. Mystery of the truth is theirs alone. So Peter is writing it, so most likely it is Hamashiach. But the truth is also with the Torah as well. Yeah. So the mystery will not benefit everyone. Let's look at the parable of the sower. Some people will hear it. Matthew 13, verse 18.
Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside.
So we can hear the mysteries. Yeah? And understand it not. So when we hear the mysteries and we don't understand it, it's the wicked one that comes and takes away that which is sown. Yeah? So that it has no benefit for us, to us at all. This is why we had with our group here, we had the teaching the day when we said, those who don't understand the foundation of it, please come and get the understanding. Because if you don't understand it, then you are going to be staring at a wall. You are going to be blind staring at a wall. Because the wicked one is going to ensure that he will take away that which is sown in your heart. Continue verse 20.
But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not roots in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
So we can hear the word and we can receive it with joy. But when troubles and trials and tests come, then we become offended and the word does not benefit us at all. Verse 22.
He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Another one. And verse 23 now.
But he that received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word,
And understandeth it.
which also beareth fruits, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
So we see what understand means. To understand it means it is not only that we understand it, meaning we know what it means. It means that the word itself now takes root in us and causes us to take action. Causes us to take action. And when we take the action, that is when we bear fruit. Very important. So knowing all these mysteries, they must move us to righteousness. And also we must remember that without love, knowledge of the mysteries does us no good. 1 Corinthians 13:2.
And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and have no charity, I am nothing.
And have no love, I am nothing. Though I understand all mysteries, and I do not have love, I am nothing. So going out, seeking out the mysteries like a scholar, to say, yes, I understand that. Yes, I know that. Yes, I know. But if I don't have love inside of me, I am nothing. And by the way, we must highlight that not all mysteries are good, which is common sense. You have some mysteries that will get us in trouble. For example, witchcraft, sorcery, all of those mysteries, they will get us in trouble. They will get us to damnation. All right, so when we're speaking about mysteries, we're speaking of deep mysteries of righteousness and holiness that lead us to righteousness and holiness. The book of Hanok, chapter 16, verse 2 to 4, I'll read them because it will be different. And now to the watchers who sent you to petition on their behalf, who were formerly in heaven. You were in heaven, but its secret had not been revealed to you, and a worthless mystery you knew. This you made known to women in the hardness of your hearts, and through this mystery, the women and the men cause evil to increase on the earth. So some mysteries can cause evil, witchcraft, etc. Say to them, therefore, you will not have peace. Okay? So I think we have shown why we need to know and to understand mysteries. All right? It's a relatively short teaching today, but we want to get into the virgin birth now and see.
What about this is saying you can't enter heaven
Without?
without mystery?
You have the verse?
I know, but I think that's a very important point.
I didn't get that verse.
Let me check.
All right. Yeah. So we want to go into the virgin birth soon, but Etikan is looking up something that I did not see. Yeah, I want to go into the virgin birth eventually to look at what the mysteries say about it so we get deeper insights into it.
Continue the version, baby.
Yeah, all right. So if we find it, we'll get it. Yes. What the mysteries reveal about the virgin birth. All right, this comes from the Testimony of Truth, 9.3, page 470 of the Nag Hammadi Library. And it says, Yahukanan, or John, was begotten by the world through a woman, Elizabeth. And Hamashiach was begotten by the world through a virgin, Mary. What is the meaning of this mystery? He's going to tell us the meaning now. John was begotten by means of a womb worn with age, because Elizabeth was old. But Hamashiach passed through a virgin's womb. That but there shows you a comparison between an old woman and a young woman. As we have been saying, that virgin does not mean the virgin that they are thinking. It's actually speaking about a woman who is young. And we're going to look at, right through this virgin birth, we're going to be comparing John and Yahusha. And we're going to show you that it shows us something. When she had conceived, to conceive there, you have to have sexual intercourse to conceive. When she had conceived, she gave birth to the Savior. Furthermore, she was found to be a virgin again. I want you to look at that. This is the mystery. This is the miracle that takes place. It's not that she never had intercourse with a man. It was that after having the child, she was found to be a virgin again. That's what it's saying. Why then do you err and not seek after these mysteries which were prefigured for our sake? This is just the beginning as we look at it. So John was begotten by the world through a woman, Elizabeth, and Hamashiach was begotten by the world through a virgin, or through a young maiden, Mary. So one old, one young. So let's look at the incarnation, that they call it, of the disciples in the book of Pistis Sophia. That is on, where is it? Page 43, chapter 7. Of the disciples. You have to look very carefully, so you don't miss the understand. 43. Let me get 43. Yes, you have to look very carefully. Oh. Yeah. And this thing here. I finally got it. It says, for this cause have I chosen you. Yeah, go ahead. I forget that you're here.
I was still looking for the other one.
Yeah?
I was still looking
you say, okay. For this cause have I chosen you verily from the beginning through the first mystery. Rejoice then. Remember, the first mystery is Yahuwah. Rejoice then and exult, For when I set out for the world, I brought from the beginning with me 12 powers, as I have told you from the beginning, which I have taken from the 12 saviors of the treasury of the light, according to the command of the first mystery, according to the command of Yahuwah. These then I cast into the womb of your mothers. When I came into the world, that is, those which are in your bodies today. For these powers have been given unto you before the whole world. So they were given to him before the whole world. But it was at that particular time that he threw it in their mother's womb. Because ye are they who will save the world, and that ye may be able to endure the threat of the rulers of the world, and the pains of the world, and its dangers, and all its persecutions, which the rulers of the height will bring upon you. So the Messiah is saying that he furnished them with these powers so that they will be able to fight the good fight and battle the world, whatever the world has to give. So the soul that is put in us, or ruach that is put in us, is calculated by the Most High for that which we need to do. So different ruach, different souls are put in different people according to the purpose of the Father. And Yahusha HaMashiach, through Ruach HaMashiach, is the one who deposits these ruach in the ruach. Where were we again? Yeah. For many times have I said unto you that I have brought the power in you out of the 12 saviors who are in the treasury of the light. For which cause I have said unto you indeed from the beginning that ye are not of the world. Remember how Mashiach said, I am not of the world, and you are not of the world. He says, I also am not of it. For all men who are in the world have gotten their souls out of the power of the rulers of the aeons. The power of the rulers of the aeons. But the power which is in you, special power, is from me. Your souls belong to the height. I have brought 12 powers of the 12 saviors of the treasury of the light, taking them out of the portion of my power, which I did first receive. So Yahusha gave them of his power. So he got the full measure of the power, but he gave them of his power. And when I had set forth for the world, I came into the midst of the rulers of the sphere, and had the form of Gabriel, the angel of the aeons, and the rulers of the aeons did not know me, but they thought that I was the angel Gabriel. So he can change his form. So that is the disciples. We're going to see that John the Baptist came about a different way, and Hamashiach came about a different way. So the fact that the disciples came from the powers of the 12 saviors, that does not mean that they are not men. You see it? They got special powers, and that power was of Hamashiach. The same power that was of Hamashiach was in them, but they were still men. Let's look at John the Baptizer. You didn't find it?
I found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
All right, after we finish.
Yes.
Yeah. It came to pass then, when I had come into the midst of the rulers of the aeons, that I looked down on the world of mankind by command of the first mystery. There you see, whatever Hamashiach is doing, Yahuwah is commanding it. I found Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptizer, before she had conceived him. and I sowed into her a power which I had received from the little YAHUAH, the good, who is in the midst, that he might be able, you see, it's according to everybody according to what they are called to do. They receive the power according to what they are called to do. That he might be able to make proclamation before me and make ready my way and baptize with the water of the forgiveness of sins. That power then is in the body of John. That does not mean that John is not a man. Hamashiach was given the highest power. The highest power. That does not mean he was not a man. We're going to look some more. He went on more about John the Baptist, that John was Yahuwah, Elijah in a former birth. Moreover, in place of the soul of the ruler which he was appointed to receive, I found the soul of the prophet Elias in the aeons of the sphere. So every man almost is given the soul of the ruler. Yeah? John the Baptist was not given the soul of the ruler, he was given the soul of the prophet Elijah. That is why we say in the end times there are many people here who have been given the souls of other people. I found the soul of the prophet Elijah in the aeons of the sphere, and I took him thence, and took his soul and brought it to the Virgin of Light, and she gave it to her receivers. They brought it to the sphere of the rulers and cast it into the womb of Elizabeth. So the power of the little YAHUAH, who is in the midst, and the soul of the prophet Elijah, they were bound into the body of John the Baptizer. For this cause then were ye in doubt aforetime. When I said unto you, John said, I am not the Messiah. And ye said unto me, it standeth written in the scripture, when the Messiah shall come, Elijah cometh before him and maketh ready his way. But when he said this unto me, I said unto you, Elijah verily is come and hath made ready all things. As it standeth written, and they have done unto him as they would. And when I knew that ye had not understood that I had discoursed with you concerning the soul of Elijah, which is bound into John the Baptizer, I answered you in the discourse in openness, face to face. If you like to accept John the Baptizer, he is Elijah, of whom I have said that he will come. Oh, this is where I said. All right. All right, so let's look at Luke. John's body came from the power of the little YAHUAH, yet he was conceived, just like the Messiah was conceived. Luke 1:23-25.
And it came to pass that as soon as the days of his ministration were accomplished, he departed to his own house.
This is John's father, Zechariah, speaking about.
And after those days his wife, Elizabeth, conceived, and hid herself 5 months, saying, Thus hath Yahuwah dealt with me in the days wherein he looked on me, to take away my reproach among men.
All right, so after his days of his ministration, he went home, and he had intercourse with Elizabeth, and conceived. She conceived and brought forth John. Yet John's body came from the power of the little YAHUAH, who was in the midst, and his soul was bound up with Elijah. Now, John the Baptist's mother had a virgin womb, yet she was not called a virgin. A virgin womb means no child came through the womb. Luke 1:5-7.
There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of the cause of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before YAHUAH, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of YAHUAH blameless. And they had no child, because that Elizabeth was barren, and they both were now well stricken in years.
All right. So we looked earlier at the fact that in the testimony of the truth or something like that, when he was speaking about the mystery of the wombs. So no child came through Elizabeth's womb because she was barren. So let's look now at Yahusha's Yahusha's incarnation, they call it, through Mary. Pistis Sophia, continuing chapter 8. All right. So at the end of this, we are going to give you the big bomb that you cannot enter the kingdom unless you know the mysteries of the kingdom. Chapter 8. And Yahusha continued again in the discourse and said, "It came to pass then thereafter that at the command of the first mystery, I looked down on the world of mankind and found Mary, who is called my mother according to the body of matter. I spake with her in the type of Gabriel, and when she had turned herself to the height towards me, I cast thence into her the first power which I had received from Babylon, that is, the body which I have borne in the height." Now, the body which he has borne in the height is a spiritual body. "And instead of the soul, I cast into her the power which I have received from the great Sabaoth, the good, who is in the region of the right." So Yahusha was furnished with a power that was given to him for him to be able to accomplish the task that he accomplished, a greater power than John the Baptist. Now, remember that there is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 47.
The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is master from heaven.
All right, so these verses give you an idea of what we just read a while ago. John 3:13. John 3:13.
And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven,
Even the Son of Man, which is in heaven. So in heaven it is spiritual, but on the earth he is manifested in the natural. So no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven. So the Son of Man came down from heaven, because that Ruach that threw those souls into those people, it is Yahusha HaMashiach. Now, like Elizabeth, Mary also conceived, Luke 1:26-38. Like Elizabeth, Mary also conceived. Luke 1:26, I said. 38. Whoa. Cold. Go again.
And in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from YAHUAH unto a city of Galilee, named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man, whose name was Joseph, of the house of Dawood, and the virgin's name was Mary.
All right, so Yahusha said he was the one who appeared as Gabriel, and the Bible is telling you that it is Gabriel.
And the angel came in unto her, and said, Hail, thou that art highly favored, YAHUAH is with thee. Barak art thou among women. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast in her mind what manner of salutation this should be. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with Yahuwah. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahusha. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And Yahuwah shall give unto him the throne of his father Dawood, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man? And the angel answered and said unto her, Ruach HaKadosh shall come upon thee, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee. Therefore also, that Kadosh thing which shall be born of thee shall be called the Son of Yahuwah.
All right, so this part now, I know not a man. We're going to show from the Gospel of the Holy 12 that the other part of it was left out because it says the angel went to Joseph and told him a similar thing. And then he went in unto Mary and she conceived. You want to look at that? So this now, when you leave this alone, it looks as if she did not. And remember, we looked at correctors in our teaching, is the Bible, the inerrant word. How they use correctors to add and subtract so that they we get the doctrines that they want. Because this doctrine, this Trinity doctrine and this thing, it comes from the Catholics. The Catholics want you to believe and worship Mother God. They call Holy Mary Mother of God, which is the Queen of Heaven. So all of this is for you to worship the Queen of Heaven. That is why Joseph or Yosef is omitted. That's Christianity for you. Continue. Where are you, 35 or 36? Luke 1, 35?
36 now.
36.
And behold, thy cousin Elizabeth, she hath also conceived a son in her old age, and this is the 6th month with her, who was called barren. For with Yahuwah nothing shall be impossible. And Mary said, Behold, the maiden of Yahuwah, be it unto me according to thy word. And the angel departed from her.
So with Yahuwah nothing is impossible. This was because this old woman now is was barren, is now pregnant. So they want you to believe that it says with Yahuwah nothing is impossible, means that he made an immaculate conception. Okay? All right. So let's look at the Gospel of the Holy 12 that tells us exactly that. Read that we just read. All right, let's start from verse 1. The Annunciation to Mary and to Joseph. So the Bible only has Annunciation to Mary. They left out Joseph. Joseph, the biological father, according to the Gospel of the Holy 12, page 20. You have it? When you find it, to tell me.
Yes.
And in the 6th month, you find it?
Mm-hmm. And in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from Yahuwah unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man, whose name was Joseph, of the house of Dawood, and the virgin's name was Mary. Now Joseph was a just and rational mind, and he was skilled in all manner of work, in wood and in stone. And Mary was a tender and discerning soul, and she wrought veils for the temple. And they were both pure before Yahuwah, and of them both was Yesu Maria, who is called Yahusha. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hail Mary, thou that art highly favored, for the motherhood of Yahuwah is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed be the fruit of thy womb. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast her mind at what manner of salutation this should be. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with Yahuwah. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a child, and he shall be great, and shall be called a son of the highest. And Yahuwah shall give unto him the throne of his father Dawood, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man?
Mm-hmm.
And the angel answered and said unto her, Ruach HaKadosh shall come upon Joseph, thy spouse.
You see the difference? You see the difference? Read it again, please. The Raka Kadosh?
Ruach HaKadosh.
No, start from 6 again.
Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man? And the angel answered and said unto her, Ruach HaKadosh shall come upon Joseph thy spouse, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee, O Mary.
All right. So this is in line with Pistis Sophia. When they have conception, but you have the power of the highest still coming on. You see it? You know, that is so nice. Let's have it tried. Read it from 6 again, please.
Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man? And the angel answered and said unto her, Ruach HaKadosh shall come upon Joseph thy spouse, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee, O Mary. Therefore also that holy thing which shall be born of thee shall be called Hamashiach, the child of Yahuwah, and his name on earth shall be called Yahusha, for he shall save the people from their sins, whosoever shall repent and obey his law.
All right. But, yeah. No, we're not finished yet. We need to see that with the part when he came to Yosef. I forgot about that. Continue, please.
Therefore ye shall eat no flesh, nor drink strong drink, for the child shall be consecrated unto Yahuwah from his mother's womb, and neither flesh nor strong drink shall he take, nor shall razor touch his head. And behold, thy cousin Elizabeth hath also conceived a son in her old age, and this is the 6th month with her, who was called barren. For with Yahuwah nothing shall be impossible. And Mary said, Behold, the handmaiden of Yahuwah, be it unto me according to thy word. And the angel departed from her.
So it seems like they just pick out different pieces, is it? They pick out the different pieces because some of it just sounds the same. Continue.
And in the same day the angel Gabriel appeared unto Joseph in a dream.
You see this. You see this now. Read 9 again, please.
And in the same day the angel Gabriel appeared unto Joseph in a dream, and said unto him, Hail Joseph, thou that art highly favored, for the fatherhood of Yahuwah is with thee. Blessed art thou among men, and blessed be
the fruit of thy loins.
And Joseph,
and
as Joseph thought upon these words, he was troubled. And the angel of Yahuwah said unto him, Fear not, Joseph, thou son of Dawood, for thou hast found favor with Yahuwah. And behold, thou shalt beget a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahusha, for he shall save his people from their sins.
He shall beget a child. How do you beget a child without intercourse? He shall save his people from their sins. Continue.
Now, all this was done, that it might be fulfilled, which was written in the prophets, saying, Behold, a maiden shall conceive, and be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is Allure within us.
Mm-hmm.
Then Joseph, being raised from sleep,
Did as the angel
had bidden him,
and went in unto Mary,
his espoused bride.
and she conceived in her womb the Holy One. That's it. That's it. That is all we need. Nothing else. Yeah? The mysteries. You see, when you hold on to this Bible only and all of those things, you cannot get the truth. You cannot get the truth. The truth is hidden all over. He said, you shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart. Yeah? So, Etikan, where is that you said no?
Sister Sophia, page 174.
Yeah? Page, Sister Sophia?
174.
Pieces of Sophia, page 174.
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Of the soul of the righteous man who has not received the mystery.
Of the soul. It's not there.
Okay.
I think I'll find it.
So, it's 178 if you're doing it that way.
178. Of the soul of the righteous man who hath not received the mysteries at death. Oh, that one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it now. I forgot about this. So this is to show us that if we don't have the mysteries, then we have no part in the kingdom. 178 of 245. Is this Sophia? Or is that a different one you have?
Because it's 245.
Yeah. Read it, please.
And the Savior answered and said unto Mary, A righteous man who is perfected in all righteousness, and who hath never committed any sin of any kind, and such as one who never hath received mysteries of the light, if the time is at hand when he goeth forth out of the body, then straightway cometh the receivers of one of the great triple powers, those among whom there is a great one, snatch away the soul of that man from the hands of the retributive receivers, and spend 3 days circling with it in all the creatures of the world. After 3 days they lead it down into the chaos, so as to lead it into all the chastisements of the judgments, and to dispatch it to all the judgments. The fires of the chaos do not trouble it greatly, but they will trouble it partly for a short time. And with haste they take pity on it quickly, to lead it up out of the chaos, and lead it on the way of the mist through all the rulers. And they, the rulers, do not chastise it in their harsh judgments, but the fire of their regions trouble it partially. And if it shall be brought into the regions of Yachanabas, the pitiless, then will he indeed not be able to chastise it in his evil judgment. But he holdeth it fast a short time, while the fire of his chastisement troubleth it partly. And again they take pity on it quickly, and lead it up out of those regions of theirs, and they do not bring it into the aeons, so that the rulers of the aeons do not carry it away ravishingly. They bring it on the way of the sun, and bring it before the Virgin of Light. She proveth it, and findeth and findeth that it is pure of sins, but letteth them not bring it into the light, because of the sign of the kingdom of the mystery
Is not with it. So this is what the soul goes through when it does not have the mystery. Yeah? Nah, you can't bring it into the light. The mystery is not with it. Continue.
But she sealeth it with a higher seal, and letteth it be cast down into the body, into the aeons of righteousness, that the body which will be
That body.
that body which will be good to find the signs of the mysteries of the light and inherit the light kingdom forever. If, on the contrary, he hath sinned once or twice or thrice, then will he be cast back into the world again, according to the type of the sins which he hath committed, the type of which I will tell you when I shall have told you the expansion of the universe. But so let it be, so let it be, I say unto you,
Even if a righteous man
hath committed
no sins at all,
he cannot possibly be brought into the light kingdom, because the sign of the kingdom of the mysteries is not with him.
In a word, it is impossible
to bring souls into the light
without the mysteries of the light kingdom. Wow, how could I forget this? Eh? Man, how could I forget that? It is impossible to bring souls into the light without the mysteries of the light kingdom. So that is what we have today. Only hope, who hath an ear to hear, let him hear. Just letting you know why we are with the mysteries, and that is where we are camped at the moment. Mysteries upon mysteries upon mysteries. And we have 400 plus videos already on our Just a Word main channel, and we have to push higher towards the mysteries, so that we can help to bring the mysteries to not only to ourselves but to other people as well. All right, so thank you all for watching. Only hope this was edifying to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Please do share this video with someone, please. Shalom, shalom, shalom.